especially in the middle rink here when it was, there were some absolutely wild games, line brawls, all that stuff. The game's changed over the last decade plus, so you don't see as much of that, but I think what you do see is actually a better hockey product. You look at the amount of guys going Division I off both teams. You look at both teams meeting in the Central Cup Finals last year. Overall, it's just better hockey. Both teams, when both teams are good, it's a lot of fun, and last year was certainly a lot of fun from a Toro perspective.
Let's take a look back at last Saturday's game and how the Toros got that 6-5 win.
Yeah, Lauren, I would like to recap and recount every single goal. 13 offensive goals for the Tauros in this series against North Iowa. So the Tauros did a really nice job picking up the weekend sweep. We talked in the pregame show last weekend, Tauros perfect 8-0 against that North Iowa team last year. They continued that success on their longest road trip of the year. Outshot the Bulls as well in both games. Tauros pick up the win 7-1 Friday night, 6-5 on Saturday night. Battled some adversity down the stretch with a comeback win in the third period.
Yeah, coming back from behind is not something you necessarily want to have to do in the third period against North Iowa. I think, if anything, the first 5 periods of the weekend were so easy for the Tauros that maybe there was a little bit of complacency to start the period. And North Iowa, I talked about it, a better team than they are last year. Still not a great team, but better, and they showed you if you take them lightly in that third period, they're able to get back into it.
Yeah, Ken, one thing I talked about too with assistant coach Tyler Ebner yesterday was the special team success that the Tauros found. 3 for 5 on the play on Friday night, 6 for 6 on the penalty kill, and then they also had another power play goal Saturday night as they went 1 for 2. So the Tauros really firing on all cylinders. And had some really good performances, I think, across the board.
Another shorthanded goal as well on Friday night. They did give up a power play goal on Saturday, but still on the season, 2 power play goals against, 2 shorthanded goals for. I think if your special teams can stay, if your penalty kill can be even on the season, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and I talked about a quick turnaround as well. Moving forward into tonight, Thursday night. I think the Tauros did a nice job of taking care of business, long road trip, quick turnaround. You want to pick up the 2 wins, and that's what they did, and I think that puts them in a really good position entering this weekend.
Turning our attention back to tonight's game here in the Mesa Arena, let's look at the updated Noodles numbers brought to us by Noodles & Company of Minot. So the Minotaurs currently stand at 5-3-0, as Bismarck stands at 11-0-0. Our past head-to-head last season was 7-3-2. Currently, we have not played them this season, so it's just exciting in general. Our goals per game did increase over this past weekend with the series sweep, with 3.77 goals per game, as Bismarck averages 3.82 goals per game.
Yeah, offense for both teams has been clicking along. Goals against. Again, that bad third period brings the Tauros over 2 goals against per game for the first time really all year. Bismarck only allowing that 1.45, so it'll be interesting. 2 good offenses against 2 very good defenses. It'll be interesting to see who gets the edge tonight.
Albeit 2 good goaltenders as well.
Yeah.
So I think, really when you look at these series against Bismarck, it's games just that are won on the margins. And I think that the Tauros are really, like I said, if they can build off of what they produced last weekend, be in a really good position this weekend against a hot Bismarck Bobcat team.
Yeah, very true. I do love the stat of we are the first in the league to convert power plays. We're 25% accurate on that, while they are 16th in the league at 16.67. So that is a shining glimmer of hope there.
Yeah, special teams battles should be interesting. Both teams top 10 in penalty kill as well. Tauros are 7th, Bismarck's 5th. But that 25% on the power play, that's going to keep you in a lot of games, all season long.
Tauros also doing a fairly nice job, I should say, staying out of the box, only 76 penalty minutes. So if you can stay out of the box, don't even give Bismarck that advantage this weekend. That will help things out quite a bit.
Yeah, Bobcats in comparison have exactly 100 more penalty minutes than the Tauros on the season. They have played a couple extra games, but still 100 extra penalty minutes. That tells you the Tauros, at least early on, are the more disciplined of the 2 teams.
All right, and it's time to look at our Minotaurs Booster Club players to watch. So I'm going to throw it to Ken first, start with his choice of the game, which would be Adam Mahler.
Yeah, I think Adam Mahler, a good guy to keep an eye on tonight. 2 goals, 4 assists against Bismarck last season in playing 10 of the contests. He's stepping your guy. He knows the rivalry. He knows the style of play that Bismarck looks for. Of course, coaching change, and we did an intermission interview with him, a guy just that relishes the moment, and that's something I'm excited to see. It's a Thursday, and then a Saturday game. We talk about Saturday will be another big night here at the Mesa Arena. I'm looking for him to take advantage just of the environment, rise to the occasion, and hopefully that'll result in the scoring column.
Yeah, usually I don't have a player to watch every single time we do a pregame show, but I do have one today. Ian Spencer is my player to watch, just with what he was able to do last weekend, with 2 goals and 3 assists just against the Bulls. For the team itself, he has 11 total points with 3 total goals and 8 assists. So, yeah, I just think with how he was able to explode last week against the Bulls, that there's a really good opportunity that he's able to do that again this weekend. So,
Yeah, I think Spence and John Small both had success against Bismarck late last season. They're still together on the line. And of course, now instead of being 4th line, they're arguably the top line for the Tauros. So I think a little bit more pressure for them, but certainly an opportunity for Spence to pop up.
all right, that will bring us to our home key group keys to the game. So, Ken, what are your keys tonight?
First one is to throw the first punch. You talk about it. Bismarck comes in 11-0 on the season, but they haven't seen a ton of difficult opponents. They did play Austin last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, I forget, but they've mostly played Watertown and the Mallards. They've seen the expansion teams, right? So, get out, maybe get up on them early and put them in a hole. I think that could be a huge key to getting off to a good start and winning tonight's game. I think my second key to the game is to also play 60 minutes, right? We saw last Saturday night, Tauros had that game in control 3-1 going into the third. They had outscored North Iowa 10-2 on the weekend, I believe, going into that period, and then took their foot off the gas and let a not great North Iowa team back into that game to the point that it had to be a come-from-behind win. So play all 60 minutes. You're not going to get away with that against a much better Bismarck team. And my last key to the game, home sweet home. This is game number 10 on the season for the Tauros. 6-3, 1-1 in this building. Just the 3rd home game of the year. And we've been playing hockey for a month. So, for the Tauros, I think taking advantage of not having to get on the bus to play this game, and also having pretty full building, I should say. It's